Alright guys, so we have some new docs that have dropped in the Madeline Soto Stephen Stearns case. We know that yesterday Stephen Stearns pleaded guilty to all of those SA charges and no contest to the capital unaliving charge, ultimately receiving 21 life sentences. So this right here is Stephen Stearns' plea agreement where he writes himself what he is pleading guilty to. He says, I, Stephen Stearns, withdraw my pleas of not guilty and enter pleas of guilty on the following charges. Capital S battery of a child under 12, S battery of a child between the age of 12 and 18 that you are a family member or custodial guardian of, and lewd or lascivious, all three requiring life imprisonment. And then at the bottom you can see that he does sign off on agreeing to life in prison as well as paying a $30,000 fine along with court costs, fees, cost of investigation, and restitution. Page 2 shows that he is signing off on understanding everything that him pleading guilty entails. And he also acknowledges that he has reviewed the evidence against him and sees no physical evidence containing DNA which could exonerate him. So essentially he spoke with his attorneys and realized that he would not be found not guilty by a jury. Therefore, he voluntarily chose to take this plea deal. No one pressured him, forced him, threatened, or coerced him into entering this plea. This was a decision that he felt was the best one for him. And then this right here is the addendum to plea form. This is what the state and the defense agreed upon for this plea deal. You can pause to read. This is page 1. This right here is page 2. Note number 5, the defendant will enter a plea of no contest to first degree MURDER. This right here is page 3. Take note of number 13 that reads, the defendant understands that if he successfully finds any post-conviction relief on either or both cases, that all of the conditions outlined above will apply at the state's discretion. Now, what is post-conviction relief? It refers to the legal options available after a conviction beyond the traditional appeal process. It allows defendants to present new evidence and challenge procedural errors or argue that their constitutional rights were violated. If you guys watched this video that I shared on my page earlier today, you would have heard how I described how pleading no contest actually leaves the door open for someone else to be investigated and possibly charged with what the defendant is pleading no contest to. So I found that interesting that they added that in. And then this right here is Stephen Stearns signing off on all of that. And then we have all of the sentencing documents. There are over 20 pages, each with a different sentence. All of them, again, are life terms.